Let's be honest, compression is hard, or at least it was until I learned this trick. And the trick that I'm going to show you today is something that I do every single time I mix for all my clients all over the world. And it's the same thing I teach my students when I work with them directly. It's what helps me dial in compression in a way that helps my mix translate from the radio to the car to the studio and even make it sound good on iPhone speakers. So what is this trick and how do we use it? Well, I like to call this trick the magnifying glass trick. Let's load up just a standard compressor. I'm going to use a distressor. And what I want to do first above anything else is I want to crank the ratio all the way up. What this allows me to do is allows me to emphasize the compression and what's going to happen. The ratio is the amount of compression that is being applied. And so all the knobs pretty much answer to the ratio knob. So by cranking the ratio up all the way, we're actually able to hear what the compression is doing and adjust all of our other knobs accordingly. It's like zooming in with a magnifying glass. So I want to compress these drums a little bit harder. Take a listen. They sound pretty good, but they could use just a bit more compression. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that the ratio is all the way up, and then I'm going to start adjusting the other knobs. The input knob is essentially the threshold on this because this compressor has a fixed threshold. So we're just pushing that signal into that fixed threshold with the input knob. Our attack is how quickly the compression is going to be applied once the threshold is reached. And the release is how quickly it comes back after the threshold is no longer reached. These knobs here matter a ton, especially the attack and the release. So with the ratio up all the way, now we're going to be able to hear this in action. Listen to the transients start to poke through when I slow the attack down, and listen to how the transients of those drums or the punch of those drums start to disappear when I bring the attack faster. And that's something that we only can hear this well because we've turned the ratio up all the way. Same thing for the release. If we want these drums to sound punchy and like they're kind of coming back up pretty quickly, we're going to want a faster release. And we're going to want somewhat of a slower attack to allow some of those transients to come through. So now this is sounding pretty good, but there's still a ton of compression, and that's because the ratio is cranked up all the way. Now all we have to do is start down at a 1-to-1 ratio, which is no compression, and slowly bring the ratio up until we're starting to get a more musical sound. That allowed us to be able to hear the small changes that we were making to the compressor at an exaggerated level, and then zoom back out when we are ready to have the compression at a more musical level. If you want to learn tricks like this every single week before they become public on my YouTube channel, then you're going to want to join my email list. I'll leave a link to that down in the description below. There's over 9,000 readers of that, so I think you're going to enjoy it. Every single week, I share super helpful tips very similar to this before it ever goes public. And do you want to know the secret to huge guitar mixes? Well, I reveal that in this video here. Now, as always, go create.